Skitty-bop-boop, ba-da-bop-bop. I wasn't ready for that. No, wait. I don't want that. That is okay. Nope. Can we? How do we do that backwards? Nope. Don't worry, I'm a trained professional. Or we'll just leave it at one. Hello, everybody. This is Maniac4Bricks, and welcome to our live stream for today, where I mentioned yesterday I was going to be building 2 Amazon-related sets from the Adventurers line. We didn't have enough time for that since we spent majority of yesterday working on the Haunted House. But today, I'm going to get into these Adventurer sets that I also got around the same time. Not sponsored by Wendy's. It's just so I have 2 sets here to go through today. Building Fire to Go Forever and Winter Bricker, welcome to the stream. I was trying a thing in the beginning of trying to use another camera so I could get a little closer up or a different angle of it. It didn't work out quite as I expected. That's fine. We're not going to worry about that. We got a good angle here, though. To see everything going. So this live stream is going to continue for the next hour or so until about 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock, we're going to have things wrap up, and whatever happens, happens. I am drinking root beer, and I also have a vanilla frosty on the side. You guys probably didn't want to see me actually having lunch, so I thought, I'll just do that before the stream begins and move on from there. So. Okay, good. So now I got the live stream chat available. I unfortunately don't have paper instructions with either of these sets. They did not come with them. But I do have online instructions, so that will help. I will still be able to keep up with the chat and everything. So, on my left, your right, is the River Expedition. Didn't this come with a... Oh, you have to build the boat. Okay, I see. And then on my right, your left, we have the Amazon Ancient Ruins. Final Go Forever, Winter Bricker, and anyone else we got in the stream, let me know which one I should start with. I don't know which one actually has more pieces. There's going to be a lengthier build. Considering this one's on a base plate, it's probably not going to be that much, you know? And for the most of it, it's like this, like only one half of the base plate is really built up that much. So it might actually be shorter. Luckily, I was able to get both of these through eBay, and I have a video where I talk about that sometime soon. I'm still working on that. Zany Bricks, welcome to the stream. So, I had a video coming soon to a theater near you, to a channel near you, where I got both of these for the price of one, which is a great thing, having a best offer on eBay, because this is a hard set to find. I was actually surprised that this one was harder to find than the Dragon Fortress that I've already built before. The one with the base plate sounds like a majority, so let's go right into it. We got the Amazon Ancient Ruins 5956 starting things off. Move that to the side, get all the pieces out. From what the seller has told me, that these both of these sets are complete or have very minimal substitutions. So we'll see how that turns out. I already know with the other set there are substitutions of certain colors. For example, it doesn't have everything in old gray. There's or old dark gray. There's like dark bluish gray I've seen in some parts. Instead of old brown, there's reddish brown, you know, things like that. So we'll make do. This one bag on this opened. It's gonna have a lot of the larger pieces from the set and some of the minifigs. Yeah, a couple special pieces here and there. So we got this giant boat, which, first of all, I don't think I've seen or held a boat like this. That is pretty unique. I think it's been available in a few colors. It does look like a unitary hull, so you could actually float this thing. It's pretty solid on the bottom. Will it float? I don't know if I'm going to test that in this live stream or even in general. But let's see what we got else. We got all the minifigs in here, it looks like. Yep, I see all the minifigs, including one of the coolest minifigures that has ever been made. Printing aside, or printing-wise, and cape design-wise, Achu is an amazing minifigure. I got that one many years ago, around like $12. Either between $12 and $15. It wasn't the most expensive minifig I bought, but it was still up there. It was still a bit to shell for, but worth it. We've also got, of course, Johnny Thunder. So there's a look at him again. You get to see the very nice decoration on him. With the face there. No back printing. They didn't have that at this time. But they did have leg printing. That, I don't know if he was the first to do leg printing, but he's one of the few from that time. So that's pretty cool. He's also got some really nice detail on the cape as well. We've got Dr. Kilroy, or Charles Lightning for some of y'all. So that's all good. Let's see. Senor Palomar. To be expected. Got two skeletons. One of them is definitely more worn than the other. They're both wobbly arm skeletons. That's appropriate. But one is definitely more yellowed than the other one. He's pointing at him. Bolo, welcome to the stream. No. Minifigure collector. Is that base plate the same plate they use in Ogle's Ice Fortress? Yes. This is a standard in the 90s to the mid 2000s. Ogle's Ice Fortress, I think, was one of the last uses of it in any pattern or color. There's the Rock Raiders HQ that also uses this. There's the Dragon Fortress, which I mentioned before. That's also one of the later uses of it. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. I'm lost on it. I should know this. I'm honestly not sure. But he's neither a good guy nor a bad guy. He's just kind of in between them. Just kind of a mercenary kind of thing where it's like, I pilot the boat, whether or not it's for, one good guy or another. That's a very shiny chrome gold. That is awesome. I don't know how well it's going to come up on camera, but that is amazing. Looking at that. And then, last but not least, Gale Storm, Pippin Reed. This is basically the Pippin Reed I know, even though she was in the Adventurers Egypt wave. This is recognizable for me. I don't think I had any of the Egypt sets with her when I was growing up, but I had one or two with her in the Jungle wave, and I don't have that one built right now, but eventually that would be great. I got the Ice Fortress for 80 new. That's pretty good. I don't remember how much I got it for, but it was a long time ago, and I am long overdue for rebuilding it. I would love to put all three Ogle bases back together, put them side by side, and really compare them, because I think they're really unique. They got a lot going on with each of them. Are we playing the versus game again, Bolo? We're doing this again? That's fine. I'm not sure. Pennywise versus Johnny Thunder. I think Pennywise, honestly. It's got a lot of supernatural power. I can't, as much as I love Johnny Thunder, I can't do that. So this piece is actually pretty peculiar. A palm tree leaf piece with all four leaves attached. That's something that they did only for like 2 sets, and they're both right here, actually. I don't think the other set here has it, unfortunately, but it's close enough. And this is where the palm tree stock piece, just one whole assembly, or one whole single solid piece, first came from. Both of these 2 sets, they had it set up like that, and then you put another piece on top of it. I had no idea for that for the longest time, and I only found out about a week ago, literally a week ago. I was watching a bunch of reviews from other people who have covered these sets, and just trying to get a feel for what they're like before I hit the buy button on eBay. And I always knew this one from my favorite set of all time, 6242 Soldiers Ford in 2009. So that's a big gap. This was very late 90s, early 2000s. I forget exactly when. If Egypt started in 1996, this must have been 98 or something, or 97 or something. It was not too long after. The Jungle Wave is surprisingly short compared to the Egypt Wave, even compared to other waves after this, like Dino Island. I think has more sets than this one. Yeah, this might actually be the shortest of number of sets. They didn't have a lot of them that were re-releases or anything like that, from what I remember. So it's interesting. Ask. This hashtag is getting out of hand. We can't see your head. Why? Why do you need to? You want to see the build, right? What? No problem there. I am totally aware of that, though. Hashtag Ask Papa Brick Master Joey. Yeah, that hashtag is getting out of hand already. What does Ogle look like? Oh, well, actually. Yeah, he's over here. Surprise, surprise. I have him right next to me. So, Ogle almost looks plain by nowadays, but I'd still say it looks pretty good. Like, pretty good for a bad guy. So he's got a chrome gold visor for the helmet, like in the old style for astronaut helmets. He's got the shoulder armor that was modified, actually a different piece from the Insectoids line, a space theme that came out a little while before Ogle, before Alpha Team. And there is a face on here you might actually recognize if you saw the other minifigs that we just covered. Bam. So he's got a cool red eye on there. He does have a very similar face to Senor Palomar. I think that might have just been coincidence or just a smart way of reprinting and changing a few things. Because they got like the same eyebrows, they got the same scowl, a little bit of lining on the forehead. It's peculiar. Does it mean they're related? I have no idea. I haven't seen anything yet about that. I haven't seen anything really tying the two together. I believe me, I've tried. Let's see. Ogle's underwater base is the best, to be honest. It's pretty good. I think that one I have a couple pieces missing for it, unfortunately. So I'm gonna have to figure out what I need to get for that. But it does have a really cool design to it. As a submarine set, it looks pretty sweet. Honestly, I would say like, I don't know which one I liked more. Hold on, folks. I'll be right back. All right. Hopefully nobody heard that conversation. Phone call. Ring, ring, ring. Let's see. The only adventure set is the seaplane from Dino Island. Oh, the only one you have. Okay. It's a cool plane. The Island Hopper. I have that around somewhere. I remember taking it apart not too long ago. But yeah, I got that one a few years ago, I think, and it was pretty neat. All right, let's see if we can get the build going. Hashtag Ask Lego Lord Joey. Oh boy, Bolo, you are all over the place today. What's your favorite Johnny Thunder set? That's hard to tell, especially when I got some right here I still need to work on. Out of what I've built so far, Mummy's Tomb was really good. I really do like that one. I think it's got a lot of really cool things. It's got a cool layout and a couple neat features, even though I did say in my review that it felt very clobbered, you know, it just had a whole bunch of stuff messed around on the back of it. I don't know. Like, it could have been a little bit bigger. The Expedition Balloon is also pretty good, just for the shape of it. Not much of play features, but still good for how it looks. It's a unique thing, because LEGO doesn't really do blimps. I think the next time they would have done that was Ninjago and Skybound at best. Let's see. Sonic versus Pennywise. You're really just pairing Pennywise with everybody, aren't you? Ogle looks cool for its time. Yeah, I agree. Ogle is a descent of Lord Vladek from Knight's Kingdom. That's correct. That was revealed in one of the LEGO Club magazines. I don't remember which one, though. And I know I still have it, because why wouldn't I? Oh, these are cool. This is one thing I kind of miss, is that the jungle instructions did something that not many other sets did. They had extra photos inside of the instructions themselves, not just for the alternate builds, but for just the model itself. It looks really cool here. There's a really nice lighting, having it look like it's through the trees. That's really neat. And then showing some of the play features or the figures together. That all looks pretty good. Oh, there's a crocodile. That's important. All right, let's get this build going. Wait, why can't I see the chat now? Oops, I'm going to have to go back for that one. Also, okay. Ask Lego Lord Joey. I can't say it fast enough. What's the timeline of Lego Castle? It's daunting. It's a lot. Believe me, I've been working in and out of years trying to make a Lego timeline and breaking it down to the basic components of castle, city, and town together, and space. Castle, it's got a lot of different factions going on, and if I want to try to incorporate them all together in a cohesive way, it's a lot to research. I have come through a couple things of figuring out timeline-wise where everything takes place. It's not chronological from like the time of the set's releases. Kingdoms, one of the later versions of Castle, is actually one of the earliest in my timeline, because it introduces a Black Falcon Knight when there was no faction for it. And it just made it like just different enough that it felt like, oh, maybe this is the original Black Falcon Knight, and therefore the rest of the faction was created afterwards. Before that, I've been able to use... Look, I got so far into this, I looked at the shields and, insignias between the different lines to tell who is who. like, which came first. And worked on a story for that. Basically, I have it down where it's like, Yellow Castle is basically the start of it, which is no question, even by, set standards by today. That makes perfect sense. But it broke off, like there was someone in the faction, someone in one of those factions that broke off. It's either that or the other way around. I forget which. But somebody basically broke off from one of those factions, and then it became kingdoms at some later time, swapping around some of the colors and the insignias on those shields and other, armor. It's nuts. Simple answer, like I said, it's daunting. Are the pieces clean? They're a little dusty, like. There are pieces in here that definitely have, like, from when the set was built before, because this was already built when it was in the eBay listing, and then they obviously took it apart in order to ship it. So it has that's a common thing. Even in my collection, sets I've owned from day one have had dust build up on other pieces, and then the outlines that you see is like where the pieces were, Ask Lego Lord Joey, what do the bricks smell like? I don't want to smell them. I don't want to smell dust. I'm going to sneeze. You don't want that. Ain't nobody got time for that. What do the bricks taste like? There you go. Now that's a reasonable question, and I can. No, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I'm just working with this in all one big pile. I will say, that's something I've actually thought about lately when it comes to Lego sets that have numbered bags, especially like large ones like Ninjago City or what I just built, the haunted house. I'm kind of afraid of rebuilding them. I'm afraid that when I move, I'm going to have to rebuild those sets or keep them in a very sturdy box. If there's no modular way of taking them apart, that's going to be very difficult to build it from scratch again. And for Benny Spaceship, I've done that like 3 times building the set. Once with the number bags from, just the release of it. And then another 2 times just out of big batches of parts and separating it. Kittenville Brick, welcome to the stream. Bionicle, you forgot to say. How did I forget to say Bionicle? That's not a castle theme. I'm not sure what you're going for. There are some crossovers between the castle themes, especially in the sets themselves. Most notable example is Fright Nights. That theme has several knights that are from other factions that are used as prisoners. That's how you know they're bad, because even the other guys are like, I don't want to be here. Ask Lego Lord Joey, what's the best event you've been in, and what year is it? Was it the best Lego event? Can I just say 2014 onward, because I got to go to Lego conventions and display stuff and meet new fans, and not fans of me. I mean, no one's a fan of me, really. I mean, fans of Lego, commiserate about that. Yeah. I'm honestly not sure which I would say is the best. I don't want to slight it. For one thing, I don't want to slight anyone that has been to other ones, and it's like, well, okay, yeah. But another thing is just, well, yeah, a lot of them were good for different reasons. I don't know if I can pick a single one off the top of my head. I can tell you the worst one. The worst Lego event that I've been to was Brick Fair Virginia 2017, but I still came back because I had issues resolved. And that's something that I don't have to worry about. That's great. I was talking to Bionicle Forever. Oh, gotcha. Why is this hashtag trending now? Lego Lord Joey. I can't even Lego Lord Joey. I can't even say it. Do you have any plans on moving out? Yes. Not moving out now, but our family has been planning for a while that we're going to move from this apartment to another place, most likely just a house, not rent, but actually own a place. And then, am I going to move out from there? Eventually, because I got to have the Lego house. Yeah, I'm not ready on that front yet, all things considered. But there's no shame in staying. Where is this piece? There's no shame staying with family a little longer. It's not gonna be forever. Don't worry. When I get that figured out, I will take care of that. Okay, there we go. Now we're back on track. Z-Bricks, welcome to the stream, buddy. What we got? Oh, plates falling off the... There we go. Bricksmith wanted us to build our own island for Bama. Wait, you mean this past Bama or the next one? Because I could totally see that. And that was great. That was like Philly, where it's like we got all our buds together. There we go. I just saw that piece. There it is. Perfect. Now we're moving. Now. Well, just as I say that, I'm stuck. It's right in front of me. I'll probably live with my parents until I'm 28. Again, there's no shame in that. There are plenty of people, and especially with situations going on right now, it's not an easy thing. Moving out on our own. See how everything settles down first. Just got some rare LEGO 2012 Ninjago stuff from my LEGO Seal store. Currently building. Resale store. Oh, sweet. Which ones? 2012. That was the Serpentine wave. So that could be... That sounds good. I liked some of the Serpentine sets. I felt like the fact that that almost everything was vampire made was a bit slighted. I don't know if all the tribes were all represented across the sets fairly, especially a whole bunch of them that were just like, oh, there's only one way to get it, and it's this Spinjitzu pack. I like the Spinjitzu stuff, but they couldn't have put them in a regular set. All right, so let's see now. I'm on the wrong page. Wait, I was on the right page. No! It was just out of view. There we go. We got a lot of light 1x1 pieces here. Not as many as the light gray ones we saw the other day, am I right? Up top. There's a Robbie. Yep, Robbie's been here. Ask like a Lord Joey, have you ever counted every single loose stud you have in your collection? No, because I like keeping my sanity. Or what I have left of it. Let alone sort all of them. There are a bunch of them sorted, of course, but there are plenty that could be anywhere. Sorting is a whole nother monster, and I'm not ready to handle that yet. I'm trying to work on sorting by Lego sets, by themes, that stuff that I could actually figure out, and then could jump into the other stuff later about parts, because parts is going to be nuts. It already is nuts. Parts is like its own, because it's like you can't just do it all at once. You have to do it in segments. That's what makes it crazy. There we go. Now we're on to the Jeep. No, wait. Press the wrong button. Okay, now we're back on the right page. Sweet. So we got our boat. The rarest snake is Mesmo, who came in the booster pack. That's right. But yeah, I remember a few of them. I forget which tribe it was. They had the black and orange color scheme. They had a few of them that were not as readily available. Am I looking at the right color? Oh, it's light gray. It's right in front of me. Yep, this was a light bluish gray part. And this is a light bluish gray part. And I'm just going to deal with it for now. Eventually, I'll try to fix that. But for right now, it is what it is. Fall Collector, welcome to the stream. Ask Lego Lord Joey, what do you think is the resale value of all your Lego? According to Brickset, it's not enough for me to live off of. I'll tell you that. From Brickset.com, they've done an estimate depending on how you if you have an account on there, it's really helpful for tracking your collection. I don't use it for the forum stuff that much, but I find it really helpful for tracking my collection of what I have, what I'd still like to get, and things like that. And I know it's not even enough for a used car. And who knows? Maybe it could be better than what they estimated. But from what I know, yeah, it says it's like $6,000, almost $7,000. That's not That's not something to live off of. Now, if you're counting all Lego paraphernalia, you're talking the Lego books, the handful of retail displays I've picked up, any rare items, bizarre Lego stuff. I know it's going to boost it, but I don't think it's going to double it. Not by any chance. Lizaru, yeah, that's true. It only came in a booster pack. That's right. Ask Lego Lord Joey, would you buy the Sonic Ideas set? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I love that set. Just because I haven't talked about it here doesn't mean I don't know about it. I think I retweeted it on Twitter when it started up. Around that time, I really do like the look of it. I think it's a great idea for adapting Sonic into a playset while still having like a decent build to it. Yeah, I'd go for that. I'm pretty sure I supported it on there. The good old "you got my vote" kind of thing. Oh wait, this goes in the center. Sideways. Or does it? Yep, there it is. Crate. That's a crate. Oh, I forgot a piece in the back of it. Already forgetting a piece. Wow. Well, I might have enough time that I'm going to get one set built, and I'm going to have to save the other one for later when we go to Kevin's stream. So, yeah, I will be at Kevin's stream later today. That's over on his channel. So, look forward to that. Mr. Hinkle draws. I think you know. No, that doesn't count as a Ask Lego Lord Joey question of the who would win in a fight. I mean, it's a fun concept, but I think we've overdone it. Wait, why is my phone? Oh, there we go. One Lego version of Bugs and Marvin from Looney Tunes. Yes, I agree. I've been working on getting the parts for Lego Marvin the Martian based on just official pieces. A great start to it is Magneto from the Mighty Micros sets. For me, it's a great head to use. I still haven't figured out on a helmet though without coloring it myself, but eventually I'll figure that out. Beefy tires. The beefy tires and the beefy Jeep. I will give the set some credit. They got a couple vehicles without being overbearing. Let's see. Steering wheel. And the shift. Oh! Drop the piece. Drop the piece. There we go. From what I've heard about the set, it's kind of underwhelming because even though it's on a big base plate like this, half of it is really the thing. Like, there's some things added here, but it's still a lot of open space. There's not a lot of play features. Kind of just says it's piece and goes. I was trying to see what that piece was. Oh, there it is. That's the right one, right? Yellow. Is it yellow? Forgot to zoom in. I'm gonna call it yellow for now. Yes, it's yellow. Okay, good. I had to look back in the box art or the front page of the instructions to figure out what it is. For those who are wondering, yeah, I'm using the online instructions in order to do this. The Jeep, cute. All right, Oliver, welcome back to the stream. Ask Lego Lord Joey, has anyone ever stolen your Lego? Well, not outright. I would say it felt like a steal because I got a bad trade several times. like, wow, this was completely undervalued, did not equate properly. You could say in that way, yeah, I did get I did get Lego stolen from me. But no one outright, coming here and picking out stuff, or if I brought it somewhere and they took it before I realized it was gone. I don't think I had anything like that happen. Luckily, I'm glad for that, because I do know of cases where it does get stolen. Camera in the back, and luckily they got that resolved. I mean, the person responsible, I don't know if they ever got charged, but I do know of at least 1 or 2 cases where Lego was stolen. The community helped with raising funds in order to buy back the Lego, or like another copy of that Lego, which was very sweet, very helpful for that person. I don't know which side the river's supposed to go, or if it even matters. Kind of looks like it's going this way, because I don't see the swirl like I do on the base plate. I think that'll work. Let's see. Yeah, that seems right. Yeah, we're good. We got it. Ask Lego Lord Joey, what's your computer specs? I'm running a MacBook Pro for the stream, and I don't know much beyond that. I'm not tech savvy. I'm not that tech savvy, at least. Wait. Oh, that's not. Oh, I was almost gonna use the wrong piece here. That's fine. We got it. Or do we? Go there? Yeah, it goes there. Okay. Let's see. About this Mac. People always steal your Lego. That's a shame. Got to find a way to keep it away from them. MacBook Pro, 13-inch, late 2011. Processor, 2.4 gigahertz, Intel Core i5. Memory, 4 gigabyte, 1333 megahertz DDR3. Oh, my favorite Dance Dance Revolution. I have no idea. Graphics, Intel HD. Graphics, 3000, 384 megabytes. I'm not reading the serial number. I'm not that dumb. I know what... I know that's important. I was like, nope. So whatever nonsense I just read from this computer screen, I hope that made sense. I hope that answered your question, because I don't know what it means. I only have a vague understanding about that stuff. I have friends that are into computers. I have my brother that's into computers. I ask them if I need help with it, and I try to keep everything safe. If it seems sketchy, don't do it. Don't go there. Don't use it. But I wouldn't have any idea of how to build a computer or upgrade a computer. That's just not my jam. I would love to ask for someone's help on building a computer that can run 95. That would be amazing. That's my dream right now, is being able to run an older computer with good enough specs, like better specs than for its time, but not too modern that it's going to be unable to play stuff. Those are black? What? I can't find them. Oh, it's right here. I missed a whole bunch of questions here. I thought the brick set value is retail value, not resale value. To be fair, resale value is usually not higher if it is not a licensed theme. Yeah, you might be right. It might just be the retail value of it. It doesn't mean I bought all of those sets. It means I have them, but I've received a whole bunch from either lots, as gifts, raffles, all kinds of occasions, all across the world. All around the world. Where's this piece? Really want to get moving. Really want to get most of this done. It looks like a bit. There it is. Just sitting underneath. Fine. All right. How many seats had the 2-seat mold? A lot of them went from adventurers. I'd say more than half the time. You got a couple from Hidden Side and from the haunted house, as I mentioned yesterday. I don't know exactly how many, but if you look it up on Brickset, if you look up Amazon Ancient Ruins on Brickset, look through the parts inventory, you'll find that, and then you'll find how many. It'll say how many sets it was in, and if you click on that link, it'll show you all of those. Hopefully that helps you. I have to literally open each of these images on a new tab just so I can see it a little closer. I can't zoom in from the site, unfortunately. So, Oliver, yep. Oh wait, I answered that question. Answered the computer specs. Ask like a Lord Joey. Have you ever grown out your mustache and not your beard? I tried growing out all of it, mustache, beard together, and whatever happens, happens. It usually doesn't grow out that far or that burly. It never gets to like a lumberjack or even Viking level. God forbid. It gets a little bit beyond the face. It does sometimes, if grown out too much, it'll get in the way. Like if I'm eating something, it's like this is not pleasant. So yeah, there are limits. I haven't maxed myself on that. People, let's see. I remember what happened to Republic Attack. I don't know how I can give you salvation, man. I'm doing I don't know what I can do here. Ask like a Lord Joey. Do you like the Ask like a Lord Joey? I kind of do. It's starting to grow on me. Is this my own bat? Is this my version of Brickstar answer thingy? It's a tongue twister still. I am still trying to get it used to saying Lego Lord Joey, but I'm getting better at it every time. I'll tell you that. Beyond that, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. The weird thing is that whenever I've hosted a Q&A on my channel, it always fails, and for often the same reason, a little bit difference here and there. It usually fails because of one of two things. There aren't enough questions that continue coming in order to keep it going regularly as a weekly thing or a monthly thing, or there are questions that get lost in comments or something happens, like if it's on a live stream or something, and I can't find them in order to continue answering them. Either way, it's still not good. I have no idea what would be a better way to continue it, because I'm like, well, I think there are questions that could get frequently asked, and then I could preemptively answer them. That would work fine. Like, what's your favorite Lego set? What's your favorite Lego figure? What's your first Lego set? All those kinds of questions I definitely have in my in a Google document, like noted over time. Like, okay, I need to keep this written down. That way I can go back and, answer it in case I forget on the spot. Because I sometimes do. Or somebody will correct me and say, that's not what you said, episode 46 of, I don't know. People have said before, like, oh, that's a different answer than you've given in another video or something. And it's like, well, I don't know if it changed or if I actually got it wrong or something. A lot of creaky bricks here. My mom invites her friends bring along kids. Oh, I see. That's how they got stolen. That makes sense. Yeah, those kids need to respect what you have, though. Respect the collection. Have fun with it, but, this ain't a free-for-all. I don't think I really had that many people over, even when I was younger. didn't have that many kids over to really have that problem. I mean, that was more of its own issue of why people weren't over, but that's not like I didn't have anyone to invite. I did, but that was more about getting permission from my parents. Nothing wrong with the kids, though. Even in high school, rarely had people at my house, and it was usually like with a group where it's like, okay, we'll hang out in so-and-so's, because that one occupies a lot more, people, and it's still together, it's still fun. Nothing wrong with that. Brick Sloth, welcome to the stream. Sloth in the house. That's right. Just upload a new episode now about the chill. And hey, a very good idea. New episode of a podcast, or is it a weekly video series? Or I'm curious because I don't know if I saw anything from you lately, which is cool. I need to catch up on that. Wait, does that piece not go there? Oh, I brought it one too close. I may have put this on the wrong side. Yeah, I preemptively put this into the base plate when I wasn't supposed to. Whoopsies! Come on. Don't destroy the entire model. What 5 pieces I put on there already. There we go. Yeah, these are kind of a interesting thing. Looking back now. Like how these base plates work. It's not the kind of thing where it's like it'll sit in place. It can sit in place, sure, but if you really press it in, it's kind of hard to get them out because there's very little space around them to clear it. Pyro 1997, welcome to the stream. Good to see you here, man. What are we building at the moment? We are building Amazon Ancient Ruins from the LEGO Adventurers theme. This is kind of coming off of the marathon of Adventurers sets that I've been talking about over the past week, and culminating in the Haunted House build, which I had over the weekend. Just finished that yesterday, and at the same time I got that set, I also got 2 Adventurer sets from the Amazon Jungle Wave. I'm only going to get enough time to build about half of this now, it looks like, because I'm actually closing the stream in about 20 minutes. I got to run for something, and then I'll be back later on Kevin's stream at Mr. Hinkle Draws to continue this build, and with more people and more fun to be had, for sure. There's the blue feather. There it is. So this is one of the flagship sets from Adventurers. Kind of on a smaller basis, though. Like, they don't... It's not as beefy. It's not as complex as models before and after this point. I've checked out reviews of it just to know what I'm getting into. And I was like, okay, well, at least when I got this, I got it for a deal. So it wasn't that bad. But it was still one that was on my wanted list, and it was a very hard one to find. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going for this at some point, and this was a good opportune time to do so. Let's see. The third video about Sloth City. Today I added a diner. Awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out, man. Sounds pretty good. I'm glad nobody's called me out on it. That I haven't done a city update for this month. Not in the beginning of May, not up to this point. I am overdue for one, and I apologize, everybody. I'm aware of that, but I've just been trying to move a lot of stuff around, so I couldn't really make a good, background. I couldn't really make it in a way where I could actually walk around and view different parts of it. So chances are it's not going to happen the way I thought it was. I was going to do a new style of city updates, and that's not going to work, at least for right now. And a couple things have been, updated here, but not to not to the extent as I was hoping before. I had a lot of time that I was spending away with just working on other Lego stuff in here, so there will still be a city update. It just won't be as grandiose as I originally planned it to be, and that's common. That happens to me pretty often, whether or not it's a good thing. But I usually have like an obnoxiously crazily big idea for something that is just it's too big to happen, and it's better to just break it down a little bit, figure things out, and regroup. When the time is right, it'll happen. But I could do something a little smaller, and everything will still work out. There we go. Now we got the red plates in there. Let's see. Ask Lord Joey, what theme would you not lose sleep over if it ended? Well, I guess Bionicle, I wasn't really concerned with it ending that much. But when it originally ended, it wasn't a concern for me because I actually drifted off of Bionicle early. I'm not saying that with any pride, because there's a lot that I missed in between. I'm happy I got back for it. But there was a lot of stuff that I already wasn't that interested in by that point. I'd already put in a lot of time, and I'm like, I thought this would have ended by now, and I'm surprised it was still continuing. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to call it here. And ironically, this was in 2007, after my favorite year of Bionicle, and right before 2008, which was supposed to be the quote-unquote final battle, the beginning of the end of the story. And I'm like, oh man, if I had known, I would have, stuck around a little bit for that. For anything that's currently going, if I was sad that it ended, I'd say Hidden Side, but I know that's inevitable. It's going to end at some point. I just don't know how long until that end comes about. It's just like, well, I'm supporting it as best as I can right now, and trying to embrace a couple different parts of it. I still have to work on the app. I still have that I need to get back to. But even so, I should be able to, I have all the sets currently. I don't have the poly bags. I do have the gift with promos. But beyond that, yeah, I'm not sure. I've caught up on the animations. That's also important. The webisodes. So that's good. Oh, here we go. Now I see things moving along. Oh, it was Deadpool. Yeah, that's kind of a frustrating one to lose. Started my own little Lego town at the beginning of the quarantine, so it's quite small. Hey, no problem. My town is basically maxed out for the room unless I completely redo how everything in the room is set up. I was actually thinking about this before the stream. My town is currently sitting on a 3x6 foot table, not studs, foot table, 3 feet by 6 feet, that is. And another part of the town is sitting on a 3 foot by 3.5 foot table. And that's like the max that I can fit in here while still having walking space. Unless, like I said, I rearrange a whole bunch of stuff throughout the room. With that, I don't even know what I would get. I don't even know if it would be that much more, because I'd still need to walk around here. And the other plan of where that would go, is that going to be better? Is it going to be worse? So that's fine. If you have a small town, make you make the most of it. That's what matters. You know, you make that thing thrive. You make that thing flourish. All right, so maybe these parts are just a little close to each other. They are not. Okay, so now we have a play feature in here with a trapdoor a trapdoor that decided to quit. So basically, you wander into this room. There's a ruby, not the same one from the haunted house, and this trapdoor is supposed to fall down, and these are supposed to slide out. But yeah, like I said, I might have to tweak this a little bit after building it, because I think some of the parts are not. They're just not lining up the right way, or they keep getting stuck on things, like you saw there. Oh well, I'll figure that out eventually. All right, let's see now. Hey, Zany, I know you got your opinions and everything, but maybe some of us in the chat, maybe some of us actually don't want to hear it that way. There are better ways you can say it. It's not for me, for example. Just saying that everybody who likes it, you know, stinks. It's not the way to go. That's not how we do it. That's a good way to get yourself out of here. Ask like a Lord Joey. Oh wait, I answered that question. All right. Just to be safe, I'll just throw that. I've had worse Lego sets than Bionicle. Everyone has different opinions, but you're entitled to your opinion on Bionicle. Exactly. Like I said, not every Lego theme is for everyone who builds with Lego. It's totally... Oh, wait, that's a Mega Bloks piece. Wow. You snuck in there. Don't want that. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, but when you start going after the people who don't share your opinion, or just liking something on their own merit, that's when you're starting to hurt people, and that's when I boot you. We don't want that. Nobody wants that. I don't want to do that. I put something up actually not too long ago, earlier today, on my story on the community tab. Go watch that. That's crash course on just having a decent behavior. And even though it is Nerf related and it does have to deal with a certain community, and it's not about everybody in the community, but the message is still there. Either way, you know? I try not to enforce rules or create like make a big deal out of it for this stream or any of the streams I run. But you got to be decent. If you want to stay here, you got to know, you got to be careful what you say just to, you know, keep things rolling. Okay, so that is a 1x1, okay. All right, so ever shoplift before? Nope. I've been accused of it, but I have never done it. Literally, the reason why I was accused is because I found Lego that was opened. I was going to the clerk, you know, the cashier, to report it or, you know, have them put it aside, and they interpreted it as I was trying to walk out with it. But, you know, nothing was actually, you know, no paperwork, nothing like that happened. It was a little case of misunderstanding. Because that's something I'm just like, well, I know from experience that sometimes you buy a Lego set, you find a little dent in it, and you think, oh, that's nothing bad. It's just the box. There's nothing wrong with the pieces. and you go home and you find out the set's been completely gutted and or replaced with something else that you didn't want. I've had that many times. So I use that as a preventative way to, if I find that in the stores, I want to help out anyone else that might, face the same thing. Even if it's not caught by the employees themselves that they had something damaged. And I'm not saying every single damaged thing. There are definitely ones I know that's like, oh, they just had a cut in the box because it was too close when they were opening it from the shipping. Whatever the case may be. But no, that's just me being an observant consumer, whatever the word is. Okay, so we got another play feature going on here. Stealing money in video games, that is not the way to go. Okay, so this chain might actually be the wrong kind in two ways. It's a dark bluish gray chain instead of being a light gray, I should say, chain. And this one's actually a pretty odd feature for Lego for its time. You have a skeleton hanging by the head on the end of a chain. I'm not making this up. That's how they showed in the instructions. And I got to build another part to this as well to fit that in place. And it basically has like not a trap per se, just a dropping like warning feature kind of thing. Kind of spooky. And it's got a little stopper on the back of it, so you can actually hold it in place and let it dangle down on its own. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't think Lego's done anything like that since then. Not that I know of. Ask Lego Lord Joey, is there any mods currently on the stream? I haven't seen any yet. I thought there might have been some. I never have mods set up in a way where it's like, hey, just to let you know, I'm doing a live stream. Can one of y'all just, keep watch? But I know that the people who are mods usually attend the streams just on their own, of their own means, like what if they want to. I never have to force anyone to come to the stream. Where is that piece? Oh, it's right here, right in front of me, of course. Every time. Is that dark gray or light gray? Let's see. Next step. Yeah, it's light gray. Okay. That's fine. Once there was an ugly barnacle. He was so ugly that everyone died. The end. Nicely done. Welcome to the stream. And no, I don't. Ask Lego Lord Joey, do I like Hero Factory? Yes, I actually did like it when it started. I wasn't peeved about, Hero Factory replacing Bionicle, as some people were back in the day. I actually thought, hey, this could be a new start. This could be a new direction, doing its own thing. I was a little disappointed there wasn't much story to it. I mean, coming off the heels of Bionicle, that's a lot of story. So, from what I was thinking, I was like, well, Monster of the Week style isn't bad, but it hasn't really been done in this way before or in a while, so I didn't know how that was going to work. There we go. Now we got the throne built, the center tower, And I got a few more vines to add on here. Wow, that's almost done with this whole build, actually. I might have enough time I could finish this set, and then we'll continue the rest over on Kevin's later tonight. Where does this go? It doesn't show me where. It just fades into the back. All right, I'll try that. Got one there, and I guess goes here. Let's go with that. Let's go with that. And yeah, that's actually most of the temple already built. That's crazy. Look at this thing. That's that. There's a review right there. That. There's a little bit more to it. There's a drawbridge I still have to work on in the middle, and then giving a little bit of an entrance. Figure that out. But yeah, I liked Hero Factory the first few years up to about Savage Planet. They had some cool styles to it. It was weird having a new system of parts, but it worked sometimes. There were some that looked cool or some that looked unique enough from each other that it didn't feel too repetitive. The villains were obviously the best part because they had a lot more substantial builds to them, and they had a lot of really neat like ways to pose each other or just complexity to it that not a lot of other figures had in general. So I did like that. Let's see. Okay. There's another one and another one. And we got some more skulls. There's a lot of skulls. This whole set. Tons of skulls. If you count the ones on the skeletons themselves, there's like 10. I'm not even joking. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 6, not the same as 10. But still, more than you thought there would be. Even the other sets in this theme, a few of them have other just laying around skulls. I'm not sure why. I maybe I'm a little bit biased because I saw a review where they were harping on this fact and the fact that, you know, like in the story, Achu is supposed to be guarding this treasure and, you know, wants nothing to do with anyone. That's it. So he's made decoys, he's set up traps. You know, you open the door and then you knock?
Yeah.
Wow, that makes sense. Hello again. I'm behind on the chat. Lego Productions, welcome to the stream. I know you answered it a little while ago. Yeah, Bolo, that's some tough stuff. I did read about the Karen, and that's why Karen exists. I saw something earlier today that was like shared on I think Twitter about a Karen. It was unpleasant, like for so many reasons. And I had to really just get out of my head before my day was gone. This is like, nope, I can't do that. That is somebody who didn't That is somebody who didn't deserve to be treated like that from that Karen. I don't know many that actually do have the name Karen, but I don't know of any that act like that, luckily. For a brief tangent, saying my piece on it, I believe that everybody needs to work in one of two industries: retail or food. And I'm not saying it has to be fast food. I'm just saying it just has to be food service. Delivery driver, or it could be fast food, or at a waitress at a restaurant. Because both of those experiences of retail and in food gives you the most personal experience with people. At least some of the most personal experiences ever with people. And really gets to see how other people treat each other, and how you, like, as a job, yeah, you need to, like, grin and bear it, but that might help for yourself. That might help you, like, deal with somebody you don't particularly care for. But on the opposite end of it, you also need to remember, if everybody had a job like that, then maybe they wouldn't treat each other harshly. I know, because I've worked in both for many years. And it's not that I had any of that, like, I don't remember dousing anyone with that, but I've definitely been more patient if they needed something or needed to get to someone first. Like, I totally get it. There's a reason why they're taking a little longer, even if it's, taking away from my time, but it's still, something that can't be handled right away. So yeah. All right. So with that, we've got our drawbridge. Now check this out. This links up in here, so you could actually just, wander through, walk through the bridge, fall halfway through, and then you have the pin on one side that drops the bridge into the river. Now, unfortunately, the bridge takes up, like, just enough space that there's very little room for them to fall out into the river. They kind of did this better in other sets that also use the same kind of function. What they did in other sets, like from Orient Expedition and Mount Everest, they had the bridge flip to the sides. And I think they did that in one of the pirate sets, maybe two of the pirate sets. Not sure if may have been one of them at least before this point. So it is 4 o'clock, technically, but I do have very few pieces left in here, so that it could at least get this built, and then I can call the stream and then move on later, to the other build. So we got a little bonus time, and I will catch up with the chat. Ask Lego Lord Joey, how do you clean your sets? Usually I'll clean them with soap and water to start things off, and then depending on the severity of the parts, use something more advanced, or like scrubbing through it thoroughly. I've done it several times where I normally, like with soap and water, I will have all the parts put into a pot or a bin. I'll fill it with water and add some soap in there, mix it around a couple times, and then let it sit, and then hopefully separate some stuff out, come back an hour or so later, and then see what it's like. I think I did a video about it. I'm not sure if I did, like, my method personally for it. I've definitely done something like it before on video. Maybe on, like, a day in a life or something, like a vlog or something. But yeah, it also depends on the severity of it. I have a Futuron monorail that's almost 2 years old now that I've had it, but that monorail has glue. It was originally glued together at certain points. All the mechanisms work fine. That's not the problem. Thank goodness. I've already tested those and everything works fine there. The problem has to do with just cleaning it up, making it look nice, and some parts are stuck together in a way that they actually broke when I was trying to separate them. So now I have parts I need to replace on it. Again, hopefully nothing exclusive or expensive, but it's still more I need to deal with. So with that, I was using a solution called Goo Gone. I was recommended this for unsticking glued adhesive, surfaces. It pulled off some of it, but not all of it. So I don't know what to do beyond that. Maybe it's too hardened for that solution itself to work. And I'm gonna try at some point looking into another thing, seeing if there's more to it that I can use. Got some coins. Got another pin. The nice thing about this set and the other Adventurer's Jungle sets, the action features like that use a pin or something in order to activate them don't look far off from what is already here. Like this set already uses yellow, blue, red in its color scheme, dark gray, light gray, very well in its color scheme. So it doesn't really get in the way of what your pins look like. They're just yellow and they kind of blend in with the rest of it. So it's something that's a little unsuspecting. I will admit having the one on the bridge probably is the most suspicious because it's like I have to climb over this as a minifigure to get to it. I don't know. Set's looking snazzy. 17 seconds behind. Well, I'm more than 17 seconds behind. So you got that. Best secondary villain from the Adventurers theme. Tanuki Billy, welcome to the stream. Well, best villain is Baron Von Baron, Lord Sam Sinister. That goes without say. Best secondary, I'm not sure. I mean, Rudo villain and what's his face, Senor Palomar. I never was really like that invested in the jungle theme when I was younger. And looking back on it now, I'm like, they seem okay, but almost feel bare bones in a way. I don't remember much from Cunningham or Alexis Sinister from the next wave, Dino Island. I think by design, I definitely like the Emperor from Orient Expedition. I'll give him that. But beyond that, I'm not sure. I guess I have to look more into what each of these characters are like than I initially remembered. Otherwise, I probably would say Slide Boots by default. That's one I already knew. Again, growing up with it and looking back on it just made it easier. And yeah, I consider the Emperor a villain because he's working with Sinister for the majority of that plot. That plot, though, am I right? Only a handful of pieces away before we have this done, and I'll get to show you briefly around. Yeah, the chat stopped moving. I thought I said Tanuki Billy. Oh, you're saying it to Tanuki Billy. Yeah, that's okay. Used to hate Hero Factory because it replaced Bionicle, but now, I missed a piece. Gonna find that one out real soon. Okay, so that's where it goes. I missed a gray piece that was supposed to go on this side, and now I got it. I have a black 1x1 left over. I don't know if that's an extra. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Forget it.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all good. There we go. So we got a spider that goes in the web. It's the wrong kind of web, but that's fine because I do like the white web. I'll I'll fix this stuff eventually. I don't know if I'm going to fix it for the review, because there are some of these that it's just like, well, it's just kind of how I got it. And it doesn't really change a lot to it. So that's that. Oh, and the palm tree. I got to add that in. That goes on the other side. Okay. There we go. Now we got it zoomed in. Boom, bam, busy. I said busy. All right. It's as close as I can tell from this angle. Let's see. Yeah, it happens. They get nostalgia for it. There were a lot of cool parts. Even after I left off on Hero Factory, I did like some of the parts and color schemes. Like you had a purple and lime green minifigure, or I mean, buildable figure. That was unique. Skulls. Ask Lego Lord Joey, what's the lore behind the set? This set, and the whole of the Amazon theme, or sub-theme, whatever, wave of adventurers, is that there is a golden sun disk. It may or may not have supernatural power behind it. I don't remember exactly. There's a golden sun disk held by Achu, part of an ancient tribe. And Achu is aware of it. Like I mentioned before, he has set up traps and shrines and other structures to throw off people trying to steal it. But he also has made decoys, like several copies of the Sun Disk, hidden in those shrines. So it's like somebody could find it, think it's the real thing, but it's not. It's just a fake. There's no actual way of telling between the sets themselves which is the fake, which is real. They're literally the same part every time. A chrome gold Sun Disk. Only made one type of it. It's not like they had one that's chrome gold and one that's tan, to make it a decoy or something. That would be cool, but that's not what they did. So this set itself is assumed to be the confrontation. This is where most likely the real deal is. And I don't know who is arriving where. It's actually surprising that Rudo Villain is not in this set. Rudo Villano, I should say. Wow, Senor Palomar's got some really good face branding there for his fig. But anywho, he's here and gets a boat ride to come in through this way. Most of the adventurers team takes on a jeep to get in. Pippin Reed, she's got her big camera with her because she's a photographer and reporter. She's archiving the trip. They don't actually say where this skeleton goes. He could just go anywhere, really. Put him in the pit, honestly. I do actually like that play feature over here. It's like, oh, there's an enticing piece of treasure that you can walk a minifigure up to. But before they grab it, you pull this pin out, and nothing happens. Again, I think the pieces are a little stiff with each other, but this is actually supposed to fall backward and then trap them inside of this pit. So maybe you just have to push it a little bit. But it does reveal what the real treasure is right behind it. A bunch of gold coins. So it's cool. It's a cool thing. Let's see. Well, it's Mayan influence, so the skulls are probably leftover remains of sacrifices. That's very possible. Yeah, I do see a lot of Mayan influence through a lot of the quote-unquote architecture in here, or even the color schemes of certain things. I mean, you know what you did, and I don't know how to believe that. All right, see ya. What are your thoughts on the boomer meme? I say it like I don't even know what that is. Do you think memes like this are hurtful? I think it depends on the severity of it, because there is some merit of, uh, you know, being old enough to remember something that's outdated or like no longer relevant. But yeah, it really depends on the meme itself. Like I've said, if you check out my story, or not story, if you check out the community tab, there's a really good video about that. And you literally just replace Nerf with Lego. You get the same message either way. That's just common courtesy online, you know, how to act with other people. So it's not even a thing that's like, specifically this community needs to know this. It's like, well, if this distracts you, the fact that it's not actually saying Lego in any of this, you can adapt that pretty easily. I don't know if I should. I don't feel like I don't know if I'm in a position to, or if it's necessary to. I'd rather not, because I feel like if people are here, they have enough public decency to figure that out themselves. Maybe some people exaggerate it. People born in 1997 considered doomers. I don't actually know what a doomer is defined as. All I know is I'm born in 1995, and I'm still here. That's it. Bama Brooks, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, I don't know how that works. I mean, maybe some of them are. Currently making a Big Ed costume figure. Nice. How's Samson? I don't know who Samson is. If you mean someone else has been on the streams, I don't know. I haven't. I only speak with him outside of it. I usually see him through here, so I don't know how that works. Also, another weird thing about this set: there's no way to get to the top of it without just floating a minifigure. There's no staircase. There's no ladder. It's simple, but you know, it's something that again was done in the previous wave pretty darn well, and here feels a bit lackluster. I still like the fact that they use the base plate in a unique way, and I still like the fact that aside from it being like a drawbridge kind of thing, they also have it facing this way as a playset. That's neat, but it feels very restrictive at the same time, you know? And again, there's not much more on this side that's built up to help with that. You basically add another set in here and you're good. Kevin! I'll be building another Amazon set over on Kevin's stream. Like I said earlier, Mr. Hinkle draws 6 o'clock? I think it's 6 o'clock. Alrighty then. Oh, okay. Almost skipped that. Ask Lego Lord Joey, what's the longest Lego hairpiece? It's a good question. That's what it is. Ariel definitely has a long hairpiece. I don't know beyond that. I'm trying to think in my head, like, of the ones that I have and the ones that I've seen. Ariel's definitely up there from the from the Disney, not DC. That's a different thing. From the Disney collectible minifigures. I'm not sure on that. I bet there's like a Star Wars figure that has a very long hairpiece I'm not aware of. Just gonna wrap up everything from the stream. I got a shout out on the Beyond the Brick quarantine cast. Sweet. Yep.
When is your work?
4:30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got everything set up. Don't worry.
Yeah, it's like quarter after. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, I had no idea. I hope it was a good kind of shout out, not like you know, you don't want to be like this guy, Maniac for Bricks. I mean, all right. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the Beyond the Brick videos as frequently as others have. Let's see. I am reading the chat. I'm probably like 10 minutes behind though. Yeah, it looks like I'm 10 minutes behind. I do have to close things up soon. What I can see of it looks very colorful. Yeah, it does have a lot of great color. I'll give it that. But the build is very, for its time, or for compared to now, it's a very basic build. There's not a lot of depth to it. There's not a lot of intricacy. There's no, as far as anything like having unique parts, like or part usage, not that I can think of outside of the skeleton up here I mentioned earlier. Maybe a little bit of the spears thing. I don't always see the trapdoor used that way, so that's cool. You know, this part, like the play features are fine, but there's nothing intricate about the build. You know, nothing that I can say, oh, I've never built it this way before. That was, you know, better than something I've already done or something. It's got a lot of architecture. All these little statue things on the sides. It's good on that. Are you drinking root beer? Yes. I think it turned to ice now. A lot of ice root beer. And now I'm going to swap over to a Frosty, which is hopefully not just a melted Frosty. How much money did you get out of it? I don't know what you're talking about. Or are you talking about the business cards? Because you didn't add that hashtag, which apparently now is a thing. Ask like a Lord Joey. You want to know a fool's guru? I don't know what that means. About how I got all my money to get a lot of Lego sets. I'm gonna say hard work, birthday money, and birthday, not just the one day of the year, but I mean any holiday accumulated, birthday, Christmas, any occasion, any holidays, money. Hopefully legal means. Let's put it that way. Each business card with a Z. Hello, past Joey. Message sent at 4:11 EST. I am literally 10 minutes behind. I'm trying my best, guys. Mr. Hinkle, bruh. Yeah. Sadly, that happened. Stud Studious, welcome to the stream. Welcome from 10 minutes ago. If I didn't make it back from this Lego haul, bury me alive with my bricks. I'm walking to the dollar store Bridgeport. Good luck. There's a lot of hey Bamos. Older gems, but a very bad hood. Yeah, I totally get that. Now I gotta actually. That's the problem. I keep reading the chat like I read literally everything, whether or not I actually read them out loud. Because I appreciate all of you. And I want to be sure I'm doing everything right. Doc Simpson apparently was here. Yes, the set is complete. It did have a couple of parts that were in the wrong color scheme, like light bluish gray instead of old light gray, reddish brown instead of old brown, things like that. But otherwise, oh, I forgot there was one blue 2x2 slope that was Mega Blocks instead of Lego, which I have to replace. All the other color things, not going to be picky about it right now. Eventually, maybe I'll replace them, but for now, I think it's fine. Oh, the spider web is also white here. It should actually be like a dark gray or light gray. I forget which. It was somewhere in the instructions. I'm at the end of the instructions right now, so I don't remember. Oh, they got all the alternate builds in the back, which do not look They don't look crazily better. You got a bigger truck there, though. And, yeah, the rest of it just looks like a smaller structure here and not a lot else here. And then they put the bridge on one side instead of the middle. It's not doing anything here. Now I got a haircut. Yeah, I got a haircut like over a week ago. I don't remember if I posted that or mentioned that. I thought I mentioned it before, though. It's a long hashtag Bolo. Oh, yeah. It's gotten longer every live stream. He did one earlier, I think yesterday. I was like, okay, how is this gonna go? Yeah, I can. I know about retracting messages or whatever. I missed something in between. I do like all the terrain and minifigure standing space. New sets aren't as great with stuff like that. That is fair. There's a lot of room in here that you can move the minifigures about. It's just that each of the rooms are bare. Like on this floor, on the first floor, you have enough room for minifigs and maybe one structure built out of 5 parts. Ask Lego Lord Joey, what's your favorite meal at Wendy's? Nuggies. Next question. I'm a White Castle simple slider kind of guy myself. I used to like them, but then I was like, there were too many onions. It's basically why I didn't get. Do you know Big Ed? No. Dave Pickett from 101 recommended making it out for bricks to see good Lego lore related content and following Lego theories. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. I'm gonna have to watch the stream, and see more about that. I am long overdue for that, and I would love to get back into it. But like all other projects that I do not balance properly. There's a lot of good stuff here and there, but yeah, don't make them go back. You got salons open, still closed. I never get a haircut at a salon. My mom always takes care of the haircuts. Like, it's not a cheap thing. It's just she asked me about it. She's okay with it, and does a fine job. I'm not going to say she doesn't. I have no reason to really. I've never gone to a salon that I can remember for anything. Yeah. June 20th is Phase 1 Sidious. Hey, I'm reading that as soon as it happens now. When for CT to open. Barbie's killing me. Yeah. You mentioned it when I asked you. Missed my comment about your shout out. No, I read it. I just read it, didn't I? I'm actually looking on StreamYard now instead of the YouTube app where it's like it just paused. I think I was like trying to. That's the problem I have when trying to read through there instead of looking at everything at once. The problem is if I pause that, like trying to read something more carefully, it doesn't flow everything after it. So yeah. It's a cool retro set, the crazy plates. Absolutely. All right, we got to start wrapping things up, so hopefully I caught up everywhere. Do you want to know a cool story? Oh, wait, you mentioned that. Oh, wait. This already happened. Or is it reposted? It might be reposted. Yep, okay. Good. We're all caught up. Bye. I can't get over myself. Maniac for Canon. Haircuts for mom noted. Kevin will remember that on the top of the screen. One day I watched a YouTube video. It was a story about how he started school. Oh, okay. Whatever works. My dad can handle a head shave, I think. You throw me off now because you're jumping back and forth. Yeah, now I got you all confused. Introduce satellites in the sky, so I hope he can eventually shave my dome. Yeah, I hope so. All right. I will join you guys later on Mr. Hinkle Draws building the other Adventurers jungle set. That will actually pair pretty nicely with this one. It's a river expedition. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the fun chat and another time of me reading slowly. I will talk to you later and have a good one. In case you don't, come back later. Bye. There we go. Bye. Bye, Bama Bricks. Insert SpongeGuard GIF. It's fun. I like SpongeCar. Nothing wrong with that. But I'm more of a Pulp Fiction John Travolta kind of guy. That's my jam. That's one of my favorite memes of